Everybody's getting better, except the officials. After 6 technicals, 3 ejections, Stephanie White sounds off. Indianapolis. Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White knew there was something brewing in Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Tuesday night. Indiana was playing Connecticut, a notoriously physical team and known, as much as a 2-9 team can be, for its defense. The Fever and Sun have already played once this season, and that matchup included Fever guard Sophie Cunningham getting her front tooth chipped and injuring her ankle on a hard screen. The chippiness didn't stop in the team's second meeting, an 88-71 Fever win. Indiana star Caitlin Clark and Sun guard J.C. Sheldon started jawing in the first quarter. Officials quickly separated the two, but didn't call any fouls. Sheldon, guarding Clark, poked her in the eye while Clark was trying to pass the ball. Clark immediately recoiled, grabbing her face and turning back to Sheldon. The two shoved each other as their teammates ran into the scrum, Sun center Tina Charles getting in the middle of them. Sun guard Marina Mabry then ran into the scrum, puffing her chest out and knocking Clark to the ground. Clark fell and players were quickly separated by the referees and the 2 coaching staffs. But it was too little, too late, White thought, as the officials let the game get out of control. I think it was pretty obvious that stuff was brewing, right? White said postgame, when the officials don't get control of the ballgame, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long, you've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do. And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete, and they're going to have their teammates' backs. It's exactly what you expect out of fierce competition. I started talking to the officials in the first quarter, and we knew this was going to happen. You could tell it was going to happen, so they got to get control of it. They got to be better. After a long review, officials upgraded Sheldon's foul to a flagrant 1 and assessed technical fouls to Clark, Mabry, and Charles. The officials' decision to not eject Mabry for shoving Clark to the ground was surprising, both to the broadcast and for many media members and fans. The contact by Mabry did not rise to the level of an ejection. Crew Chief Ashley Gloss said in a pool report conducted by IndyStar. Additionally, it did not meet the criteria for a flagrant foul 2 penalty. But it wasn't surprising to Connecticut coach Rashid Mizian. No, I wasn't surprised because I don't think her reaction was very big, Mizian said. She just tried to be between 2 players, but no, I don't think she deserved to be ejected. This is not my job. I am a coach. The ref has to do their job, to clean up the game and make sure the best team won the game and not just who is more physical. I don't think my players deserved this ejection. The pool report also stated Clark and Charles were assessed technical fouls because they acted in an unsportsmanlike manner. Sheldon's foul was upgraded to a flagrant 1 because in the judgment of the officials, the foul by Sheldon was unnecessary, the contact to Clark's face. Furthermore, there was wind-up and impact, and the contact to the face carries a potential for injury. Clark was not injured in the play, and she stayed in through the fourth quarter. The crowd was active for the rest of the game, heavily booing Mabry and Sheldon whenever they touched the ball and cheering even louder when the Sun would turn the ball over or miss a shot. That, too, was something Clark leaned into. After hitting a 3-pointer to put Indiana up 20 with just under 4 minutes left, Clark turned to the Connecticut bench. She stared down the bench, which included Mabry at the time, while she jogged back to play defense. Then, after the Fever called a timeout to sub Clark and the other Fever starters out, Clark turned to the crowd, pumping her arms. The crowd obliged, cheering loudly as she checked out of the game. The crowd's roar echoed through the arena, a volatile mix of excitement, frustration, and disbelief. The basketball game had turned into a spectacle far beyond the usual buzzer-beater tension. What started as a promising contest between 2 talented teams spiraled into chaos. 6 technical fouls handed out, 3 players ejected, and a referee crew struggling to keep control. And standing at the center of it all, a fiery voice broke through the clamor. Stephanie White, the coach known for her fierce competitiveness and unyielding passion for the game, was done holding her tongue. Everybody's getting better, except the officials, she said, the words dripping with both exhaustion and exasperation as she addressed reporters after the game that got away. It wasn't supposed to be like this.